you recognize?
I sure do.
Picked just for you.
Awesome.
And it came right back.
Yeah, she was out here doing the moves.
I still love it.
Let's go. Hi, I'm Chris.
And I'm Wendy.
And welcome to the Toasted Marshmallow Adventures podcast. Well, tonight we're excited.
Woo! Yes,
This
we
is
are.
our first interview episode since the pandemic started.
Yes.
So we have in the studio
have?
Tina Ellis.
Woo!
Yes, hype her up.
Thank you guys for having me. I'm so stoked to be here.
Yay!
You are welcome.
We have a
Excited to
divider.
have you.
Got
Yeah.
masks.
That's new.
Got Toasted Marshmallow Adventures masks. Oh, yeah, we have sound effects. These are new.
Nice.
They are
Nice.
new, yeah.
Yeah,
With
there's
our
some
new
fun ones.
soundboard. All right, well, let's start off how we start with all of our guests, how and where we met.
Okay, well, the same as probably all your other guests. nampafitstudio.
Not all, most of them.
Yeah.
No, nampafitstudio. I started going in 2012. I think you guys came at the end of 2013.
I was more
Yeah, I think I was 2013.
than I was
'cause
2014.
I got certified in 2014.
Scared to death. Sat out in my
Yeah.
car several times and never came in.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, no,
Terrified.
I have an amazing nampafitstudio story.
Oh, let's hear
about
it.
Kim Rose.
Oh, I love Kim Rose.
So I started the fitness journey in October of 2011 with a personal trainer. Lost about 30 pounds with him, and he quit. He quit me. He quit the gym, took my money and ran.
Wow.
And my best friend at the time, Kim Letta, was going to nampafitstudio, and she was posting all the time, Kim Rose is kicking my butt. And so I finally was like, what's nampafitstudio? And so she shared the link, and of course it was Zumba and all these classes. I was like, I'm going to do all these classes. I immediately signed up for the unlimited.
Oh, dang.
And my very first day at nampafitstudio, I booked 2 classes.
Oh.
And
What were they?
oh crap, flab fighters, I think is what
gosh.
she called
Flab
it.
fight-
Way back. What was that? That was just an all
kinda
ab thing?
no, it was like Pilates on the floor,
Oh,
kind of.
okay.
It was all like body weights or small weights. It wasn't anything like too over the top. And then the next one was it was her own version of body
Kim's
combat,
version?
and I can't remember what she called it.
Oh.
But
Turbo kick?
No.
No?
It was her own
okay.
little flair of high intensity cardio type, but it was all kind of like, gosh, it'll come to me later. But anyways, I walked in. I'm always 10 minutes early.
That's what I told Chris.
Everywhere.
I said she's going to be early or right on time. I just had a feeling about
it's
you.
my pet peeve. I hate people that are late, so I'm always early, and I get there. Nobody's there, and of course, you walk into the room, and it's just a giant
Yes.
room. I wasn't expecting just a big room.
Concrete floors.
And this little blonde
Yeah.
lady walks up to me, just super cute, and she's like, "Hi, I'm Kim," and
I'm going to kick your butt.
And I was like, I'm Tina, and of course scared. Everybody's scared when they walk through the
Yes.
door.
Yeah.
And she says, "Oh, are you here for something special, like a wedding or a special birthday?" And I said, "No." And her response was, "Oh, you're here to live."
Oh.
And it was like love
Kim.
at the very first day.
Yeah.
And then, of course, at the end of I think it was like an hour and a half workout, she asked me, she's like, "Well, how do you feel?" And I'm like, "I have never felt certain muscles that I'm feeling now." And I instantly was hooked.
Wow.
And then she asked me, a few weeks later, she asked me to be the honorable team member for the 2012 weight loss team.
Oh,
Somebody had
okay.
a knee injury and they couldn't work out and they needed an even number. And so I just happened to be just the honorary member for 2012.
Oh, that's awesome.
Cool.
And that's the rest is history. Our little love story with
Yes. Yes, still have it.
So
Yeah.
how you were in you said 2012 weight loss team, and then was that 6 months that lasted, or do you remember?
It started, I think, in January, and I think it ended because this was the Canyon County Weight Loss Challenge at that time.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
And I think they were going until July. So it was like a full 6 or 7 months. And then 13, it was also Kenyon County. And I think 14 was when they turned it over to Fit One.
Mm-hmm.
So it both 12 and 13, I think, was the 6 or 7 month challenge for the team.
Who was in the rest of the crew? People we know now?
From 2012? Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Well, Michael Gilstrap, Adina O'Hare.
Oh, yeah. Favorites.
People are gonna be so mad at me if I can't.
I'm sorry. It was my fault.
April Ocker was on that team.
Okay.
I haven't seen April in forever.
No, me either.
Dang.
I feel horrible because I know.
But everybody else, yeah.
A lot of
people
that that continued on for several years thereafter. Vicky Curtis came on 2000. She actually came to the studio. I started in February, and she came in March. When did Kim
start that? Was it 2012?
It was 2011, I think. I think it was, I don't know.
Yeah.
In 2011 sometime, because it had just been open for
Vicky
a year.
Curtis.
Oh, yeah. She pops up everywhere.
Yeah, I love Vicky.
She was just with you at the Code Red thing, wasn't she?
Oh, yeah.
She's my girl. So I started Vicky. Code Red. I started eating Code Red in December. And our first weight loss challenge with Code Red was January. And Vicky and Adina both signed up with me. And so we've been doing this all year together.
Dang.
And it's been super successful. Vicky and I just celebrated our 90-pound loss.
Holy crap. Congratulations.
Sweet.
I'm knocking on 95.
Oh, my
Not
God.
quite there just
That's
yet.
That's amazing.
Yeah, right. It's been a phenomenal experience, and
What made you decide to do it?
Wait, think about that. Let's go back to 2012 first. Okay. So this challenge was like 7 months. How much weight did you lose during the challenge? I know some people you lost like a lot of weight.
So I can't tell you for sure how much I lost in 2012. I can tell you how much I lost 2012 and 2013 because I never stopped.
Okay.
So the challenge stopped, but I just kept going.
Wow.
So it was a good. So I started in February of 2012, and I didn't stop until December of 2013. So I was nonstop, and my lowest weight, so my highest recorded weight ever was 352 pounds, and that was October of 2011. I got down to my lowest weight on the nampafitstudio team was July of 2013, and I got down to 270. And so that was my lowest weight.
In how long?
From 12 and 13.
Oh, okay. But have you always, been a higher weight, or did So because weight's been a thing with me my whole bleeping life.
Well, so I'm glad we're talking about this because I struggle with food addiction, and this Code Red journey. So my nampafitstudio journey was kind of like self-discovery. I had no idea who I was. Was divorced, fired from a job. I was rock bottom, pulling myself up.
Yeah.
And so 2012, 2013 was figuring out who Tina was because I had no idea who I was. I was just kind of out there just bouncing off walls. So when I started with NampaFit, I started to get honest with my eating disorder. I'm a binge eater. I've been a binge eater since high school, maybe even before. And so that's really kind of how I developed these friendships at nampafitstudio. As I just started talking to people. This is why I'm fat. This is why I'm fat.
And binge eating does it mean going into a room by yourself, or is it going through, drive-throughs?
So my choice is drive-throughs. I love fast food. I'm a fast food junkie.
But is it a secret?
It's very secret for me.
So it's
I'm going to say probably for most binge eaters, because it's very embarrassing. Yeah. I mean, it's when I first decided to start telling...
It's an addiction totally in terms of like hiding it.
And so in 2012, the first person I told about my food addiction was my aunt. And I said, so I just need to tell you, I'm a binge eater. And she goes, oh, I know, I've seen you. And I said, no, you've seen me overeat because something's good, like Thanksgiving, right? Like everybody goes back for the second plate on Thanksgiving. Yeah. I go, this is what binge eating is. I go, so I went to Hamburger Connection yesterday.
Oh, I love that place.
And I'm like, I got a jumbo special with bacon, a large tater tot, and then I got a hot dog.
Push hype. It's so good.
But this is what I'm doing. So then I got onion rings, and then I get French fries, and then I get tater tots, and then I get finger steaks, and I said, and then I eat it all in my car. And you always order multiple drinks because you're looking like you're ordering for a family, not just one person, right?
Yeah.
So you have all this food, and at the time, we're talking, $25 at a fast food restaurant. That's when you could still get a meal for like $5 or $6.
Yeah.
And you'd eat it all. Wow. And it was very private. It was very quiet. Like you didn't tell people, hey, I'm going to go, hit up the Wendy's and chow down. But that's what I started doing. I started telling people, like, this is what I do. And people were able to identify, I do that too. And then it just kind of morphed into identifying that I get my joy, my comfort, my love. I'm like, food is my drug. Like, people sometimes think it's a joke when you say, I have a food addiction.
No.
Because it's not like, okay, I just like M&Ms, because I think everybody in our country is addicted to sugar because it's in every single thing that we eat. Yeah. But like, I'm talking about medicating myself with food because I feel so crappy about myself that the only thing that makes me feel good is a half a gallon of ice cream. And,
I totally hear you.
And when you eat it, you're feeling great. It's good. Like, your brain is like, woo, right? Like, you're all lit up.
Firing.
Because you're just like, man, this ice cream is so good. And then you stop eating, and then you just start coming right back down to the wherever you were at before. And it's this cycle.
Yeah.
So, that's kind of how this whole Code Red thing developed. I had my car accident 2 years ago. And
God, it's been 2 years.
Yeah. And it put me in a really dark place. For 18 months, every day I would wake up and just be like, oh man, I can't believe I'm alive. And then
not grateful?
No, I just wished I was dead. Wow. Every day I wished I was dead. And then I would start doing chores, and then it was just like, all I do is work, all I do is chores, all I do is cook, all I do is,
oh, poor me, everything.
I just want a divorce. And then it was like, what if we sell the house? How fast can I get out of this marriage? And where can I move? It was just like I was constantly trying to escape. And then I would eat, and I'd feel really good for 15, 30 minutes, and then I'd be right back down. And it was a cycle like this for 18 months. And I have a very active prayer life. I feel that it's gotten me through so much in my life, and I just was praying, and I would say, Lord, I know that there's no reason for me to feel this way. I have a great life. I have an amazing husband. He loves me.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I know that this isn't true and accurate. And I just kept praying for me to get better because I knew the way I was feeling was unjustified. And I actually was introduced to Code Red in 2017 when my husband and I
seriously think it takes that long.
I think... you
have to be ready.
First of all, don't tell me what to do.
Exactly.
That's who I am. Nobody can tell me what to do.
What do we say?
I got this.
We say stuff like that all the time.
Yeah.
Don't tell me what to do.
We say that to each other. Like, I'm doing this because I want to, not because you suggested it.
Right. So when it was first suggested to me, it was a financial strain. We were both working 2 jobs just to put a roof over our head. And I was like, there's no way I can dish up more money to do this weight loss thing. And then it approached, it came to me again like another year later. And I was like, I can't do that because Donald won't do it with me. It's always somebody else's fault. Yeah. And then we have a couple of friends that are a couple. So anyways, they started doing Code Red last February 19. And this is how it occurred to me. We had been hanging out with them, seeing that they were losing weight. And she's like, hey, the next challenge is coming up on Tuesday. You want to join? I'm like, no, I got this.
I'm good.
I know how to do this, right? And so she finally, in November, posts her pictures. And at this point, I had already checked to see if my insurance would accept weight loss surgery, knowing that wasn't going to be the answer for me because it's a food addiction. So I just was at this point where I just hated life so bad. And she posts these pictures before and after on Facebook, and I look through them, and of course I'm seeing like, oh, their wedding pictures and like all these pictures, and of course like every picture just of them getting smaller and smaller. And I just keep scrolling. And I'm like,
these assholes.
Harder.
Close my phone and turn, and I get back to work. And I like within 5 minutes, I just kind of feel like God tapped me on the shoulder and said, don't be jealous and mad at your friend because she put in the hard work and you didn't. And I just sat up and went, oh, you're right.
Shit.
Yeah.
You're right. And so it was about 2 days. I took 2 days. I prayed on it, and I called her and I said, this is what happened. I'm sorry I was mad at you.
I'm sorry
I was a jerk. And she said, it's okay. We all have to be ready in our own time. And so that's what happened. And I signed up, and it was like the middle of November, and I just had missed the November challenge, and they weren't doing the next challenge until January. And I don't know if you guys know this, but like Vicky and Adina are like my best friends.
I
like,
didn't know that.
We talk all
that's
the time.
awesome.
Like,
I love those two people.
Those girls, like they're like, they hold me up. And so I was texting Adina, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna do this Code Red challenge, and she's like, I'm in. And then a couple days later, I went and had lunch with Vicky, and I said, so Adina and I are doing this challenge. Vicky's like, I'm in.
Oh, nice.
And so it just,
that's super
we
helps.
just have been together doing this since the beginning of the year. And it's just been a phenomenal experience, not just with Vicky and Adina, but it's like so many of our friends, our mutual friends are doing Code Red, and they're like, okay. And I'm just so excited to be in this experience of helping people take control of a food addiction. And I'm really trying to take that stance. Like I have moments where I'm like, I just want pizza, or you know, I just want cheeseburgers and fries, and then I have to like stop and think like, that's just the beginning. If I eat a piece of pizza,
it's like smoking. If I have one cigarette, because I used to smoke.
Like
if I have one, I'm doing a pack.
You think,
go for it.
Yeah, you think, well, okay, how do you compare food addiction to alcoholism, or how do you compare food addiction to, I don't know, shooting heroin? I don't know any of that stuff, but what I know about it is it gives me the same response as alcohol does to an alcoholic. As
my dad was
cocaine
an alcoholic.
does to somebody who's a cokehead.
It's exactly the same.
And so I'm just like, okay.
So you're totally all or nothing. I mean, you right now at least can't.
No, I don't even give myself
So your thing was mostly fast food, or was it sugar stuff too?
I love fast food. Dude, I love food. I love to eat food. I love to cook food. If you know I love you if I'm cooking for you. Because I'm like, I can cook, okay? Like, you don't get to be 350 pounds if you don't know how to cook or eat, right? Yeah. So it's like, that's how I love. But then it's also, just one of those things where I realize, like, okay, I have to remove myself from the emotional part of food because I'm 44 and I am minutes away from being type 2 diabetic. I'm minutes away from all of the other really food-related diseases that come from that I've seen in my family members and my parents.
So was there nothing traumatic that happened that caused an addiction? Did you have to go to counseling to, you know what I mean? Because a lot of, like with me, I've had stuff go on, so I try to numb my feelings. and by eating. And when I stopped that, then I was like, oh crap, this sucks. I have to feel this?
Yeah.
I don't want to feel this.
So I didn't have anything traumatic. Like,
so
I think as human beings, we all have our traumas, and they're all different. And I didn't have anything severe, like I was, sexually molested or beaten. I didn't have anything like that. But I still had traumas.
And this is how it manifested.
Just kind of.
I don't think it has to be and
that's what I've kind of learned. Like, I haven't done any counseling. I just have been prayerful, which I don't know if that makes any sense. And when I pray, I'm always asking God to show me the truth. And I can tell you, the hardest person to be truthful with is myself, because I want to believe all the lies that I'm telling everybody else.
Yeah.
Like, it's not my fault that I'm 350 pounds. Yeah, it totally is, because I'm eating a gallon of ice cream at a time, or, I'm eating $35 worth of fast food. So it's like, I just keep trying to move towards being the most honest, authentic, genuine person I can be, starting with myself. Because if I believe my lies, then I'm going to make everybody else believe them. And so it's these aha moments, like, don't be jealous and mad at your friend because she's put in the work and you haven't. Well, that's 100%. So I have gone to a seminar. It's called Landmark, and there's several different seminars, and I say that's the cheapest form of therapy I've ever been to, because I learned so much about myself and what I've done there. But it's just kind of been, I do a lot of writing. I've started writing in my blog again. I'm not as hard and heavy at it as I was in 2012 or 2013. This time I'm trying to make it way more meaningful, instead of just, these are my random feelings vomited out on words. And I like, let's talk about food addiction. Let's talk about, what this looks like, and
it's real.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of where I'm at with this. And this whole thing, when I started Code Red, I honestly didn't expect to lose any weight. And I told Donald.
I love that. Is Donald doing it?
He's not.
Oh, okay.
He's not.
You have to tell us how that's going. That's hard sometimes.
It is hard. However, I'm very thankful that when this happened, he had been seeing my downward spiral for months. And when I finally decided to do this, I went to him and I said, this is what I'm doing. And, I need for you to understand that I know for the last 5 years you've watched me start keto, fail, start keto, fail. And it's this cycle of every, 2 to 3 months I start and stop. And I said, but this is where I'm at. Like, something's got to give. And I just got really, really vulnerable with him. And, it's funny because, he's my husband. And sometimes even then it's really hard to be vulnerable with somebody about, like, I'm like, well, this is how I feel, or I don't feel sexy, or...
Oh, yeah, that's super hard.
All this, this kind of stuff that you have to, like, share with somebody that they don't even think about because they love you regardless. And I said to him, so this is the thing. I am no longer buying my keto groceries and your non-keto groceries. I'm no longer making my keto meal and your non-keto meal, because every time I make you burgers and fries, I eat your fries.
Right.
I can't not eat them.
Yeah.
And I said, I need this. And I said, so either you start buying your own groceries and making your own food, or you start eat what I make. And it was about 3 weeks. He was pretty resistant. He hit the drive-thru every day, and and I was just like, just think about yourself, don't think about him. And then he finally was like, okay. And I said, I'm not punishing you. This isn't a punishment.
No, like, that's not the intention of it.
This isn't like I'm mad at you and I'm punishing you. Because I love all that stuff too. Yeah. I need to be healthy. I need to be healthy. And it wasn't even like a physical health. It was emotional. I needed the emotional healthiness, because I didn't even like to be around myself. I couldn't escape myself. Like this cycle of wanting to escape my life, the only thing I really wanted to escape was myself, and I couldn't do it. So
how are you dealing with that now? Because you must be feeling feelings or whatever that, I mean, now that you're eating the Code Red lifestyle, how are you dealing this? Especially during a pandemic. I mean, I feel like that's when everything's amped.
It's been so easy.
Has it?
It's been so easy. So, Chris, do you know who Christy is, the owner of Code Red?
Well, I saw the
lady.
I thought you guys have the same hair.
I know, it's so funny because I mean, it's getting to be more and more like hers, I think, as I learned to play around with it. But I was like, I had the mohawk before Code Red.
Oh, okay. Because when I saw the picture, I said to Chris, did she do that? Because oh, okay.
No, that's just how I've been doing my hair. But you wouldn't know that because you haven't seen me in 6 months.
Yeah.
But so when what was the question? I'm so sorry. I got sidetracked.
Oh, dang.
Christy. So Christy came on. So when you do your challenge, it's a business, of course. They want you to buy more stuff, and she has a custom program, and a custom program is where you put in your specific age, weight, your illnesses and diseases and all that, and then she customizes your calories, your macros, your water intake and all of that. And so
you have to pay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I was dead set. I'm like, I am not getting a custom program because I refuse to weigh my food and log it.
Oh, that's me.
I'm like,
totally me. I'm like, you're not telling me to do that.
I'm like, I don't want to be chained to my phone. No. I don't want to do it. I just want to eat what I want to eat and be good.
Exactly.
And Christy came on one day and she was like, so if you order a custom program, you're going to get a special treat or whatever you want to call it. And she holds up this freaking t-shirt. Maybe she even had it on. I can't even remember. But she's like, oh, it's so buttery soft. And I think on the back it says I took my life back. I don't even know what it says. All I saw was the shirt. And I was like, I'm in. I want that t-shirt. So that's my hot button, clothes, right? I want the clothes. Yeah, so I spent $1,000 for a t-shirt, essentially, is what it comes down to.
Well, you know what? It's working.
But with that said, I spent $1,000.
That's something.
And so it was like I took money off my 401k so that I could get this. And at this point, I had already lost 15, 20 pounds. I'd already lost more than what I've already tried before on my own. And every single day, I weigh, I measure, I log my food, and I stay within my calorie range. Obviously not every day, but and I stay in my macros. And so I feel like had it not been for that t-shirt and or my custom program, I wouldn't be sitting here at almost 95 pounds lost. Yeah. Because I just wanted to eat what I want to eat when I want to eat it, and don't tell me what to do. So yeah, it's just been
yeah, me too. Yeah, I don't want anyone telling me what I can eat or what I can't eat most of the time.
Well, and it's been so easy. So I do meal prep every Friday night or Saturday morning. It depends. And I meal prep for myself and I meal prep for Donald. I make him breakfast for the whole week.
Is he on board now or?
No, he eats what I make him. And another reason why I've been so successful is because he doesn't bring the crap food into our house.
That's huge.
And so that,
like, you can eat it, just don't.
I have thanked him so much because I'm just like, I just can't have it in the house.
And I'm like, we can't either.
If it's in the house, it needs to be like upstairs in your room. I can't.
It has to be way farther for me.
So, I can't take all the credit because he's definitely been a huge support. And he continues to be a huge support, so it's not like,
and he's okay with the loss. Sometimes you see people that are like,
he hasn't said anything otherwise.
You know what I mean? Like Tom was super unhappy when I lost weight. Yeah.
Some people have asked me that question and I'm like, this is the thing about Donald. When I was 335 pounds, he was like, hey, you're my hot wife. And so now he's like, hey hot wife. Like, so there's no difference. Awesome. I'm still his hot wife. Awesome. And, and it's crazy because I don't feel different. Mm-hmm. I take that back. I do feel different. Inside, I feel happy. Mm-hmm. I feel joy. I feel peace. I don't have those. Are you not having
the urges as much? Or
no.
So what is Code Red compared to keto? There's something, right? They're really similar, but
they're very similar. What I have found with the difference is, so we don't eat hard cheese.
I love cheese. Cheese is my jam.
I thought that
cheese
too.
On everything.
But that's the thing. That's what I thought too. I thought I'm not going to be able to just say no to cheese. But the good thing is that we still have some dairy products. Mm-hmm. Cream cheese, sour cream, cottage cheese.
I love cottage
yogurt,
cheese.
like full fat yogurt. I pretty much have sour cream with every single meal, and that's my saving grace.
Yeah.
So I can live without cheese. So that's your
fat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So are you mostly protein and veggies?
Yeah.
Wow.
So a lot of keto diets that I've been studying keto since 2013. Mm-hmm. And I say studying because I haven't always been successful at it. But
I'm looking at it.
A lot of them will say, oh, eat cheese, and then like don't eat carrots, don't eat tomatoes, don't eat, it's more of like, let's eat the vegetables because we need those nutrients. Yeah. So whether it's carrots, tomatoes,
I feel like that's way better than what I really want to eat.
Right. So I eat pretty much.
So give us like your example, like a sample day.
So I have 2 meals a day.
Oh.
We do kind of like the fasting area. So we eat within a 5-hour span. So I usually eat between 10:30 and 11:30, and then sometimes I can actually make it home from work in time to eat by 5:30 or 6.
And that's your goal?
Yeah, we don't eat past 6:30. I'm not always successful with that because sometimes work just gets me far too...
And does that screw you up? I mean, do you notice a difference on the scale?
Yes.
You do? Wow.
Yes.
So even if you ate the same exact thing, but at 8 p.m.?
Yes, I would have a game the next day.
Wow. That's crazy.
Wow.
That's kind of how I am.
And lame.
Yeah.
That's super effing lame.
Yeah.
Am I right? Same calories, different time.
Yeah, and you're fucked.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Because Chris is totally like, you have to be super strict to lose weight.
If I want to lose weight, I have to go super strict.
And I go up 5 pounds and down 5 pounds almost every week. I gain weight now in McCall, and I lose weight while I'm working here. And that sucks because I would like to consistently.
Yeah.
What I knew would work for me like 5-10 years ago doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
And it sucks.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Because I had it figured out then.
And now we're like, what are we doing?
No, let's work out extra hard. And now it's like, working out extra hard just makes you hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like, I can't do that anymore.
We like pull our backs getting out of bed sometimes.
It's like, look at you. I just got up wrong.
New pain, Okay, real quick, tell us about this picture right here.
Okay.
On the screen.
I don't remember what I wrote. You'll have to read it.
It says, I have found the hope in life that was missing. I am breaking the bondage of my food addiction, my depression, and my self-loathing. I am healing my mind, my body, and
that
my
almost
spirit.
makes me cry.
I am growing and learning how to be the best person of myself for my lifetime while helping others achieve freedom from food addiction. I am a recovering food addict. I am a Code Red rebel. We'll post a picture of that as well.
Okay, good.
Okay, so was this at the convention or seminar?
No, Christy had a challenge where she wanted us to write our whys, or why we were a rebel, and I thought about it, and I wanted it to be meaningful because. Everybody, I don't know. I'm just like, the feels. But
I feel like you're deep like that.
I really am.
You're like, I have that also, but I'm scared to share it. You don't have the scared to share.
I don't have the scared to share. And so that's why I always try to just be like, let's just be real.
Yeah.
And so I think So when I went through the weight loss challenges with nampafitstudio, I really feel like that time was about me discovering who I am and who I'm supposed to be. Mm-hmm. And so I needed a lot of the validation that came with that weight loss. A lot of the praise, you look great, the pats on the back.
And Kim,
yeah. And this time I was really reserved with sharing any of my progress because I'm like, I don't want pats on the back. I don't. Like, I love it when you tell me, oh, you look great, but I'm just like, that's not even important to me.
Yeah.
And I just wanted it to be more about my recovery.
I feel like that.
And so I feel like you said, it's all or nothing, because if I even have one cheat meal, mm-hmm. it's just going to put me right back on that cycle.
Yeah.
And so for me, I really just wanted to approach this Code Red as an addiction recovery. And that's how I work it. One of the coaches, actually, because Code Red, you have your own special Facebook group, and I posted in there, and one of the coaches come back and she said, as soon as I met you, I knew there was something about you. And she goes, and you were working your plan like a job. And when she said that, it clicked for me. And I'm like, I really am working this like a job. I don't slack. You know, do I overeat on my calories? Yes, I do. But you know what? I still track it. Mm-hmm. Because I want to.
Oh, that's awesome.
You know, and it sucks because my little tracker, my food tracker, as soon as I go over my calories, it's red. And I'm super type A personality.
I had to go into Kim Rose one time and tell her I ate 15 mini peppermint patties. But I mean, you've got to.
Yeah, you gotta be honest.
Just be honest.
So it's one of those things where I'm just like, I want to be happy. Mm-hmm. I want to be healthy. Mm-hmm. You want to be here. I don't want to be in my 50s and my 60s and the only conversation I have is about how sick I am.
Or like the weather.
Mm. You know, I don't want to be sick.
Yeah.
I see my folks. I talk to my folks, and the conversation is 100% about how sick they are. Oh, and I'm just like, I don't want to be sick.
Yeah.
I don't want to be sick. I want to be, working in my yard. I want to do stuff. I want to start hiking.
Yes. Go have adventures.
Do stuff.
Do it.
Stop sitting on the damn couch all the time and eating ice cream.
Out.
So I really
that's totally where we're coming from.
Just really wanting to just
live your life.
Approach this whole thing as just recovery from my addiction.
I think this is an amazing time it's super not planned, the pandemic, but the pandemic for me anyway has been are you doing what you want to do? Are you living the life you want to live? Because nothing's a given.
Yeah,
it isn't.
It's not.
No. And you got to do your shit. Why are you here? What do you want to do? Go do it.
Yeah, go do it.
And it's super awesome.
And you can't do it when you're 330 pounds.
It's harder.
Right? You probably can't even do it at 230. I mean, right? We're all at our different weights.
It's harder.
I'm at 243 right now, which is the lowest weight I have been in my entire life.
Yeah.
And I still have 100 pounds to go. And I'm like, that's okay.
I don't know, dude. I got down to 150, and I don't know if you've seen the pics, but I was skeletal. Yeah. And I went in. That's when I was first an instructor, and I had, who was that guy that was a trainer? Everybody thought he was hot.
Rocky? No. You're talking about Kevin.
I'm talking about Jeanette. Her husband.
You're talking about Wes.
Everybody thought Wes was he's amazing. Anyway, I had him check I was like, because I didn't know when to stop with the weight thing. And he's like, you don't have any fat on you at this point. I couldn't maintain it. It was just too effing. Me at 150, 155 is skin and bones. So
you were really muscly too.
Yeah, it was almost. I looked
almost like man muscles.
Yeah, the shoulder. And I don't know. I could do this and popping veins, and I was trying to hide them. I am a girl.
I'd probably be check out my veins.
I know. So I hope it works for you. But when you say your weight, I'm like, oh shit, that's really low.
And I don't know. I mean, but I got my custom program.
Don't be disappointed in yourself if you're cooler with yourself being a little heavier.
I've already kind of made peace with that.
Okay, good.
So when I got my custom program, it said 145 was my goal, and I was like,
How tall are you?
I'm 5'6".
Okay, I'm 5'8".
So I'm like, I was 100 pounds when I was 9 years old. And I remember that because I was the fattest kid in my class. And I remember we all got weighed. And I went home to my dad and I was like, I'm so fat.
I remember
I'm 100
being like
pounds.
that too.
And he's like, it's okay. You'll grow into it. Yeah, I sure did. I just kept growing into it. But so I'm like, I went from 100 to like 180. Like, I think when I graduated, I was 180 pounds. And again, I was still the fattest kid in my class. But it was just like, I've never been 145. And I thought, why not?
Yeah.
Why not try?
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
if I don't make it, I don't make it.
Exactly.
But at least I'm going to try.
Yeah. No, I'm not knocking that.
Yeah,
no, I just don't want you to be like disappointed if when you get there you're like, holy shit.
Yeah, and maybe I will. Maybe I'll be like, I need a pizza.
Yeah.
But then again, I have to think like I can't be thinking like that. Like I really need to be thinking like.
So how do you maintain it? Because are you going to stay on this your whole life? Is that?
I hope so.
Okay.
I pray to God that I do.
And it's maintainable?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. I think the biggest struggle is the mindset. Mm-hmm. I hear people say, "Oh, I tried keto for a week and it made me so sick." Well, it's because you're detoxing from sugar.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody gets sick when you're detoxing. Like, it doesn't matter what you're detoxing from.
Yeah.
You're going to feel like crap. Mm-hmm. And so I have not eaten anything that I've had 3 corn chips in the last 7
Us as
months.
well. That's all we've had.
But other than that, I've stayed on on the approved food list. I have gone over on some of my calories and what, but I'm just like.
But you haven't done. All the.
My birthday was in
stuff.
July, and I was like, I want pizza for my birthday, and I
would like one for myself.
I was daydreaming about what my meal was going to be for my birthday, and I decided, I was like, I can't take a cheat meal on my birthday.
Oh, wow.
And I had this conversation with Donald, and I said, I realize it's my birthday, and usually it's like, we're going to go do this and we're going to go do that. And I said, but this is the thing. It's going to start with Wendy's, and then it's going to be taco time. And then it's going to be, then we're home.
And then we haven't even gotten to the cake.
And then the next thing you know, we're a week into a cheat week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
it just rolls on.
I've done that before.
I said,
we have.
And I just can't do it.
It was an awesome week.
So what I did was I planned, I bought some outer aisle cauliflower crusts. Mm-hmm. We go up to Lewiston because we rent an Airbnb up there. So
I think we don't
get fireworks for our dogs. And I made pizza without cheese. I used some cream cheese, and I made some cheesecakes for my birthday. Mm-hmm. He didn't like them. I ate all of them. There was stuff. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't, because the next thing you know is, even though it's a code red food, I'm eating it all,
like,
and it's
one
too much.
cigarette at this point.
So
yeah,
it was it was one of those things where I was like, okay. And then the hardest factor that I'm having is we're going back to Mexico in December. And I don't think I have the strength to say no. Mm-hmm. So I've already kind of forgiven myself for my screw up, and already kind of like, this is how.
Can you give yourself a certain amount of time, or do you still not be? I'm just speaking from myself, because I got to a point where I did not even trust myself. Like, I would say, you'll get back on Monday, but I never would. Well, so can you trust yourself to?
I think my saving grace is my group of friends that are doing this with me, that are like, hey, I see you doing it, I want to do it too. And so, I've already promised that I won't drink alcohol. Mm-hmm. My husband's extremely disappointed in that.
I don't blame him.
But I was like, alcohol is pure sugar.
Yes.
So I'm like, so if I can eliminate the alcohol and just start, I'll have tacos, and then maybe I'll have the taco, and maybe it'll make me feel like crap.
It could, yeah.
And I could be sick.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, I can't do this. So I don't really know what's going to happen. Mm-hmm. And at the same time, I'm like, let's not borrow trouble. It's not even here yet.
I know. Let's plan this out.
So
that's totally how my mind works.
So I'm trying to, this trip, not think about the food.
The experiences.
Yeah, so Vicky's coming to Mexico with us.
Woohoo!
Donald's like,
Vicky!
He's like, I'm going to be the third wheel, aren't I? And I'm like, no, you're not.
Maybe just a little.
Probably just a little. I'm so sorry, Donald. But,
Vicky Curtis, that's awesome.
So yeah, I kind of talked her into doing a zip line.
Yes!
Nice.
And so I have
We haven't done the zip line yet.
I know, we've been wanting
I wanted so bad, and it's on my
gosh,
goal, on my reward
awesome.
list. So I said, so when we get to Mexico, will you do a zip line? And she's like, yeah, I'll do it.
Oh, this is awesome.
So
These are goals.
I'm hoping we can find a couple of excursions that will take us away from the buffet.
Heck yeah.
And just be able to have some experience.
Yes, go do shit.
You know.
Yeah.
At 190 pounds is hopefully where I'll be at that time. You know, then I'll be like, okay, let's go do some things that I haven't been able to do in the past.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's how you got to look at it. Like, what can I do now? Yeah. Oh, that's
so
cool.
you mentioned a reward list. Like, is that a Code Red thing or is that a personal thing?
That's just something I did for myself. I
remember seeing something.
Yeah, I did post it on Instagram, and sometimes I have it filled in already. So like my 100-pound weight loss goal is to have my life insurance policy rewritten. Because when I had my life insurance initially, I would think I was like just under 300, and I pay a huge premium. And so once I get below 240, I can get, I think right now I think I have $150,000. No, I think I have $100,000. It's a 10-year plan for $100,000, and I think it's like $75. I can get $250,000 for 20 years for $35.
Nice.
Or something ridiculous like that. So that's my goal and my reward for hitting that 100-pound. And so when I started...
Okay, wait. For life insurance, do they actually come
and weigh?
Yes. Oh my god!
Wow.
Yeah, well, I don't have any at this point,
So,
but I've heard that.
Yeah, no, they
Would they come and weigh you?
Yeah, they're super like. It's not like health insurance.
No,
you can be like, I am.
Yeah, you take it. I'm 150. It's
what
not
does
a
my driver's license say?
I don't drink or smoke or do any drugs.
No, it's not like that at all. They actually come and
One time I was at the driver's license place, and the guy goes, "Do you want to change anything?" And I'm like, "Nope." I love that number.
So I have to tell you, I don't have the picture. I do have it with me, but I was like looking at pictures, and of course I'm looking at my picture from 7 months ago versus who I am now, and I'm like, am I gonna have to change my passport picture?
Oh dang. Yeah.
And the vote is yes.
Wow.
Like I have had more people say that yes, you probably should, because I'm so drastic.
You don't even look.
I don't. I'll show you when we're done, because you'll be like, whoa.
Wow.
But it's crazy different.
That's $100 though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Totally worth it.
Okay, let's look here.
Yeah, that was a year ago. That was actually
a year ago.
December right before I started. So
awesome. We'll put these pictures up if you're okay with it.
Yeah, I don't care. I mean, they're out there.
And then now.
Dang.
Ooh, dang.
Yeah, that's where I was like.
Yeah, same hair.
Her hair is way cooler than mine.
Intentional?
No, it wasn't.
She's super awesome.
I didn't get that much time with her, and I was so starstruck.
Yeah.
It's like, because she's got a podcast, and I watch the podcast, and I watch her videos. I don't watch them as often as I should, because sometimes I'm like, I just got to get off social media. I got to put my phone down. But when we went to the after hours, I seriously was like, oh my gosh, I'm so starstruck. And I didn't know what to say.
I was at Les Mills stuff. I was like, can I hug you?
Yeah.
Like, you're not a person, are you?
Well, and she asked me, she said, she's like, so how are you doing? I said, I think I'm doing okay. And she's like, so what I told her is, I said, what I found is that the way my body works is I'll lose, let's just say I'll drop 3 pounds. And then for the next 3 days.
Are you weighing daily?
Every day.
Okay, that's how I do.
So it was like, I'll weigh down. Okay, like say today I weigh, 243. tomorrow I'll weigh 244. The day after that, I'll be 245. And then it'll start to come back down. And she says, well, something's wrong. And Vicky was behind me, and Vicky was like, oh no, here she goes. She's like, oh, Tina's going to say some stuff to her. And I just sat there and I just listened to her. And, you know, criticism can be so hard, right? She's like, you're doing something wrong. Something's not right. How's your water? And I said, well, I'm struggling to get my water in.
So on those days when you would increase, you were eating like, right?
Yep.
Wow.
So I do have this weird pattern. Like, people, I think they see me and it's just down. It's not down. It is up, 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 down, up, down. Yeah. But when it finally comes down, it stays down. So, like, this month, August, I have only lost like 5 pounds, that's not a lot because I've been losing 10 or 15. And it's because I haven't been sleeping well. And so I was like, crap, getting 4 hours sleep night here, 5 hours there, just super stressed at work and, you know, all this stuff. And so I'm finally like, I need to do something different. And so I switched up to some different sleep aid, and now I'm sleeping better, and I'm getting 7 or 8. And as soon as I start, like 4 days in of getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep, down 5 pounds.
Wow.
And so
sleep is very important.
Very important.
That's
yeah.
what they say.
And so here I am, and it's like, this is what people were like, oh, I'm gaining. I'm so discouraged. I said, just
it gets scary.
Down. Well, it's a science experiment.
Yeah.
You know, how much water did you drink? How much sleep did you get? What did you eat? Well, you know, because maybe you put something, maybe you shouldn't eat dairy and you ate cream cheese last night, or you know, so it's just,
but it gets scary when you've done this your whole GD life and you're like, holy crap, I feel like I got it and then I don't have it, like how you feel right now, like he's had it and now he's lost it.
You know, this time around I don't let the gains get me down. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to keep on track.
You're just going to plug away.
I know what I'm supposed to do, so let's just do it. And eventually what happens is it comes back down. I just don't go, well, screw it, I'm done. I just keep going. And it's just, like I said, it's a different mindset. And it's funny because when you're in the Code Red, you hear mindset all the time. But you really do have to go. There's no finish line here. Like, I don't get to 145 pounds and I go back to eating cheeseburgers and pizzas.
Yeah.
That's good.
You know, like, I have, this is half, it's just,
we've done that.
You know, it's just like being an alcoholic, right?
It was super fun.
Should we high five that
super
one
fun
now?
at the time.
So that's how I have to think about it, is it's like, I don't get to a certain point and then just go back.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you go back, then I'm 300 pounds again, and I just don't want. And it's not even the physical part of 300 pounds that I don't want. It's the emotional part of 300 pounds that I don't want. It's the mental part. It's, you know, all of the hating myself and hating life and having no reason to hate myself or my life.
Right.
And I just feel like it really is that chemical addiction of those foods that make me feel that way.
So can you never again eat those foods? Is that your thinking?
I'm thinking, yeah.
Wow. That's such a hard one to wrap my brain around.
It is. Trust me, because like some days I'm just like,
are you freaking kidding me?
You know, Doritos. Like, who doesn't love some Doritos? And like freaking commercials sometimes kill me. But I'm finally at the point now. Donald's birthday. So my birthday's the 4th of July, and Donald's is the 15th.
Dang.
And he had Idaho Pizza Company. And we had it delivered, and he sat there, and I had my little bowl of taco salad, and he had his pizza, and it didn't even bug me.
Wow.
It didn't,
because you knew.
I was like, I don't want it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't want it. And who doesn't love Idaho Pizza Company for crying out loud?
So do you think your mindset is permanently changed now?
No.
You could fall back
absolutely
into that easily.
I'm glad you know that.
Yes.
Super.
Well, because I see people all the time posting, 50 pounds gone forever. Oh, no.
Oh,
no. And I said that when I was on Nampafitstudio weight loss team. 50 pounds gone forever. And
it would be so awesome if that was true.
Those words will never come out of my mouth. I will never say 50 pounds gone forever, 90 pounds gone, because I know better. As soon as I put something in my mouth that's amazing to me.
I know. It's on.
Yeah. I mean, we're taking a trip this weekend for my friend's wedding, and I'm already planning what we're taking.
Oh, that's good.
You're taking all your meals?
Yes, I'm taking my food with me. And so I told Donald, I'm like, we should do tacos. And he's like, yeah, okay, let's do tacos. I'm like, well, I'll buy you some chips and you can do nachos. And I went, no, I can't have those chips because I want them. I see them and I want to eat them because they're so amazing.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, we're not going to be able to do that.
That's the part that's hard for me, is that it takes the fun out of like activities sometimes. You know what I mean? Because like we're all programmed like food.
Like everything's isn't like planned around food.
It is.
A lot of stuff. Yeah.
It absolutely
is. What makes it harder for me.
It is kind of hard.
So I don't know, like, you know, like we're going to Mom and John's every Thursday through Saturday, and I feel like we should show up with food, you know, but Chris and I are trying not to gain weight, you know.
Always.
And Mom and John are thin. Like, what do we bring?
Yeah.
You know?
Ribeye.
What is it?
Ribeye.
Oh, yeah, ribeye. I'm on board with the ribeye. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
You know, like for a lifetime of like, I don't know, I struggle with it. Every time I lose a bunch of weight, I'm like, okay, this is it. I'm going to really freaking get it this time, that this is my life and this is how I have to live. Now I'm 50.
I think that's it, Joe. Though, you know,
I think it is.
We have to realize, like,
we have to wrap our brains around
forever.
It. Like I have a naturally thin friend, and she's super annoying because she like teaches. It's Leanne. Like she's always like she's tiny.
Listen.
I don't even care if she does. She knows she's annoying. She's like 4'11". One time I was in frickin' JCPenney's with her looking for size 4 short. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
4 short. 4 for her?
This is ridiculous.
Did you have to go to the children's
I shouldn't even be here, right? Looking for 4 short. Yeah, but when I ask her what she actually eats in a day, it's not nearly as much as I do. So, you know, and she's super active. Mm-hmm. So that makes sense. Then you're tiny.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, now let's go to this picture up here.
Oh, dang.
Okay, so this was July 24th.
Levi's.
That's my first pair of Levi's ever in my life.
Wow.
Vicky, Curtis, and I did some shopping in May. You know, we'd been stuck in our houses for months, and we were like, hey, they were finally opening up all the stores, and I think I got those at TJ Maxx for like $15.
Woohoo!
And of course I'm like,
those $100.
Those won't fit. I'm like, when I first put them on, I couldn't even like get them up over my hips. And they just sat in the closet for a while. And then one day I was like, I wonder if they'll fit. I should try them on. And I'm like, you know, it's a good day when you don't even have to lay on the bed to zip those babies.
And you don't need pliers.
Snap, zipped up. I was like, I'm wearing Levi's. I can't believe it.
Yay.
First time ever in my life, Tina's wearing some Levi jeans.
That's amazing. That's gotta feel amazing.
It was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's cool. In your whole life.
Yeah, ever.
I used to wear them when I was a teenager a lot, and the thing was you take pliers.
So that was what I had birthday before
July
last.
4th. Okay, 2019.
And I ate that whole thing by myself because Donald didn't like it. And I was like, give me some
how does he not like that?
I don't know. It was amazing. So this, it says cheat day because obviously I was still practicing keto.
Okay.
I was always practicing keto, but I could never stay on it.
A year ago.
Did we talk about what the difference is? Keto and code red?
Mostly just cheese and the different vegetables that you can have. That's what I've found the difference is. Keto sometimes you get those keto Nazis that are a little bit more like, oh, you can't eat carrots, and no, you can't eat, I don't know, butternut squash, or, you know, like whatever.
Yeah.
So I think it's just, sometimes I think the keto groups are a little bit more high fat, where Code Red is more about a balanced diet of protein, fat, and vegetables.
But you don't tend to eat carbs. That's
the only carbs that I'm eating is the carbs that are in my vegetables.
Oh, okay.
So, like, I don't even eat cottage cheese anymore because there's too many carbs in it. I'm like, I would rather have a whole cucumber and some sour cream than, a half a cup of cottage cheese.
Yeah.
So
in terms of
So you
volume.
just kind of learn, like, oh, crap, well, how many carbs is in this? And
so what have you eaten today?
Today, so my new thing is coffee. I am a coffee addict all of a sudden. And I'm going to be honest with you, it's not the coffee, it's the creamer.
Heck yeah.
But I
was addicted to creamer for a while.
I have learned to perfect my creamer so that it fits into my macros. And so every day, for my first meal during the week.
So this is what time? 10:30?
Between 10:30 and 11:30. Okay. It just kind of depends upon either one, how badly I want the coffee, or two, if I'm hungry. So it's just kind of like wherever.
But you're probably at work?
I'm at work.
Okay.
And so I meal prep all my food and I package it and then I take it to work and then I pull it out as I need it. And so at work, I have my scale. So like when so my first meal every day is ground beef. It's generally between 200 and 225 grams of 93.7 ground beef that I have seasoned up amazingly. And then I have anywhere...
sour cream?
Mm-hmm. I usually have about either 45 to 50 grams of sour cream, 45 to 50 grams of avocado, and then I'll do 2 to 3 tablespoons of salsa.
Okay, cool. So you're getting your good fats.
Mm-hmm.
And you're measuring all
of it.
You're just like a drug dealer with your grams.
I do. I have my scale at work. I put my scale
you want some ground beef? You want some fucking salsa?
That's right.
I gotcha.
So, and then my coffee is usually 20 to 24 ounces of coffee. We have the Keurig at work. And so I just brew the Keurig and then I do...
Coffee's not an issue, right?
No.
Yeah.
Like for Code Red?
Yeah.
No,
okay.
It's not an issue. But if you put anything in it, if you drink coffee that has calories in it, then you have to have it with your meal. Because the whole thing is, anytime you eat something or drink something that has calories in it, you're triggering an insulin response to your body.
Yeah.
And so every time you're triggering insulin, you're then burning your food instead of burning your fat.
Right.
That's why we eat 2 meals a day, and there's a 5-hour difference in between the 2 meals, is so that when you're not eating, your body's burning fat, not food.
Okay. So
my coffee is the 20 to 24 ounces of coffee. I do a tablespoon of MCT oil. Now Sports has a great chocolate mocha flavor, and they also have a vanilla hazelnut flavor. And then I do a half a cup of almond milk. I do a tablespoon or 2, just depends on my day, of heavy whipping cream. And then I will buy either the Da Vinci or the Skinny Jordan's sugar-free syrups. And I usually do 3 tablespoons of the syrups in my coffee, and then I just blend the crap out of it. Adina got me this really cool, hand whisper.
Yeah.
It's like, stuff gets going, it's all frothy. And I drink a big cup. But yeah, and I'm like, at some point, I'm sure that either the syrups or the heavy whipping cream is going to stall me. And until I have a stall, I'll just keep drinking my coffee.
And then if you have to, you get rid of them.
The heavy whipping cream in coffee is delicious because I've gotten at Dutch Bros. They if you get the latte, you get it with heavy whipping cream instead of milk, and sugar-free peppermint and white chocolate.
Yes.
And macadamia nut. It's very rich. Well, you've tasted it too.
So the best places to buy the sugar-free syrups is at Cash and Carry here in Nampa.
Oh, really?
Cool.
And they have a whole selection. Just make sure that they're sugar-free. So super affordable too. They're all under $5.
Yeah.
You go online and they're like $8 or $9 a bottle for the same size. So that's what I ate for my first meal, and that was between 10:30 and 11. And then my second meal...
Second and last. Wow.
So my second meal was, I bought the boneless country pork ribs. And so what I do on Fridays is I make up my ground beef for my meal one, because I have the same meal one all week long because it's easy. And
you enjoy it.
And I don't get sick of it.
Yeah.
So, and I get everything that I need in that one meal, and it's all within my calories, and I can still have my coffee. So I do the same thing. And then, so I did the pork ribs, and I slow cooked them in the crock pot with a sugar-free barbecue sauce. It's Walden Farms, 0 calories, 0 carbs, 0 everything. Oh. So it was nice to cook them in that. And then I made a coleslaw. And my coleslaw was sour cream, apple cider vinegar, and then I did some of the Truvia packets for the sweetness. And then I just mixed it all in a bowl and shook it up and got it all nice and coated. I like mayonnaise, but mayonnaise has higher calories to mayonnaise. It. So I have to find my right calories, and so I had the pork ribs.
And as you go, are you having to do more of that, like really refine shit? Yes, to get you, because I'm like, do I want to eat 150 calories and 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise, or do I want to have 3 tablespoons of sour cream? Right.
I'm gonna take 3 tablespoons of sour cream because then I can eat
So that's anytime you like stall out. Like
that's
plateau.
Just every day.
Oh, okay.
Every day I'm trying to figure out like what's going to be the best. For the most part, I have all my meals planned in advance. So like every week I make it really easy. I don't do a lot of heavy, crazy recipes. It's in my refrigerator right now. We have chicken thighs thawed. Tomorrow I'm going to grill them up. We're probably going to take those to Cascade with us and eat on those all weekend. I have pork chops, I have steaks. I mean, and it's just every night I come home, I grill them, and then we have a vegetable with it.
Nice.
So it just
so you're just eating real foods, just whole foods.
All real. Yeah.
You are not eating on the outside
processed
of the grocery store.
I mean, the processed foods that I'm eating is sour cream, mayonnaise, salad dressings.
That's
but nothing packaged,
nothing boxed,
not eating a hungry man dinner.
No. I'm not having keto snacks.
Or hungry
I'm not
woman,
making,
dude.
Fat bombs. I can tell you
you're not doing pork rinds, the whole like bag.
So is there no snacking at all?
No.
Okay, you have your 2 meals. Okay.
But I mean, I'm human.
I'm sorry.
I'm human, and so there have been nights where I'm like, I'll eat some nuts. Donald.
I need nuts.
Donald switched out his peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and so now we have nuts in the cupboard. And sometimes I grab a handful of nuts, and then it's like I put them in my tracker, and I'm like,
damn it!
It was a quarter of a cup,
500 calories over, and now I'm out of my macros. And then the next day, I'm usually got to gain. So it's funny because it's like you find snacking is more about boredom, not hunger.
Yeah, I'm super oral.
That's how I am.
Yeah,
so
I'm like something always has to be going in or doing something. Yeah. And I don't like to talk a lot. So it's really like, I need to be chewing gum or eating.
Lots of gum chewing.
Yes.
Lots of gum chewing.
Awesome. Okay, next picture.
Okay.
So January 10th. This year to March 25th, 2020. 42 pounds down since December 1st. Oh, and let's see, Donald's down 22 pounds. So he was doing a little...
He was doing pretty good for a while. I think he just kind of stopped.
Okay.
He called me on Saturday and said, "Hey, I'm going to have jalapenos. Do you want anything?" I almost murdered him.
I love you, but I'm going to kill you right now. He came
home and he's like, "Are you mad at me?" And I'm like, "No."
Oh, fuck yeah, I am. I love you.
Eat your jalapenos. I hope your belly hurts afterwards.
Yeah, exactly. So is...
Dude, this is a huge change. This is huge.
It is huge.
Let's see the dogs.
Yeah, when I see it, if I didn't have the pictures to go back on, I mean, it would be totally. Yeah, I wouldn't even know it.
Yeah. Oops. Oh, I love those too. Yeah, that one's sitting on that one. Yeah. And that one has like a
Wendy,
heart. Is that
did you see those flowers? I'm so mad at myself. One of those are for you, and I freaking left it at home.
I did see the flowers.
I was like, I'm gonna take Wendy some flowers. I get here, and I'm like, you forgot the flowers. They're from my garden.
Oh, and I loved your hair when it was super messed up. That was really actually cute. It's that one. That was when it was
I didn't have enough hairspray.
No, it was actually really cute.
I was like, here's my hair. Not enough hairspray.
It's like, this day sucks because that was that fucked up day where I was like, which way is my hair going? I don't know.
So funny.
Yeah. How are you guys doing with the pandemic? Are you guys okay?
We're good.
Are you?
You know, it hasn't affected me at all.
Oh, so
I mean, and I don't know.
Are you still showing houses?
Well, I don't show houses. That's what Donald does. So I
didn't know it was
No, I do the lending part. So, but I'm still meeting with people. We took about I think it was about 6 to 8 weeks where we worked from home. Mm-hmm. But 2020 has been an amazing year for me. Like,
that's good. You should post that shit.
I'm like,
everybody else is a shit show.
We're making money for the first time in 3 years because we worked so hard to get where we were. We're making money. We're paying off bills.
Good.
I'm losing weight. I love 2020. I like the one. Other than the crazy stuff like you have to wear masks everywhere, or you can't find toilet paper,
and we have a shower curtain between us.
Or you go to Fred Meyer, and you're like, oh, they've got Clorox wipes. You better buy two.
Right.
You never know when they're gonna pop up again. So I don't know. It's just been a really great year, and
that's good.
Everything, I just feel so blessed and feeling like I am who I'm supposed to be. And
yay!
Just being so genuine and authentic, and I just feel like the weight loss is just a side effect. You know what I mean? Like, it's
when you get your shit
not my goal. It's
together, kind of.
It was funny. I told Donald, I said, when I started Codered, I didn't expect to lose weight. And he was like, then why did you even start? And I said, because I was just so desperate to feel better. I was just so desperate to feel better. And, I've struggled with depression since I was a child. And I'm not saying that it should be minimized. I've struggled with thoughts of suicide since I was a child. Not that I've ever gonna kill myself, but I've had those moments where I'm like, I just don't know why I'm alive. And and Vicky Curtis is one of the people that I've been able to go to and say, this is how I'm feeling, and I just want to jump in front of a train, and she doesn't judge me, and she doesn't think horribly of me or break down in tears because she loves me so much she can't imagine that I feel this way about myself. She just loves me, and she loves me through good and bad, you know what I mean? And it's like
she's a friend.
She's such a great friend. And I love that I can be myself with her with all of it. And it's not just Vicky. It's a lot of my friends, because I don't want to be fake. It's really hard for me to be fake. If I'm in a bad mood, you're gonna know it. There's no
secret. If you don't want to be in combat, but you're there, we know.
So I don't know. It's just nice to be in this position to where I just like myself, and I like my life, and I love my friends. And when you said, hey, we're looking for people, I was like, oh, it's on my bucket list, but I always wanted to hang out with you guys.
Just could have messaged us.
I just want to hang out with you guys. So I don't know. The weight loss is just a side effect, and more so than anything, I just feel like the clean eating is just healing me inside out. That kind of sounds like cliche, but if it is, it is. It's an emotional healing. It's a mental healing. I've had so many people say to me, you're so calm, and like even keel now when I have these conversations instead of like, I don't know. And I was
is
crazy?
Is TNA gone?
Oh, that's right. We were I totally love that always. And when
if I could get that TNA back, that was
you showed up, I was like, TNA,
funniest
got
thing
it. I loved it.
I didn't know forever and a day, and Kim Rose was like,
is that right?
She's all, did you realize that your name was typoed? And I was like, no.
Oh, did you put it in like that on accident?
I just typoed it. Yeah. It was
I totally loved it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Every time you showed up, TNA.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, okay. I thought that was a thing. Like that was like
too.
a thing for you.
Well, no, but Kim wanted to keep it. So she thought it was funny and she wanted to keep it. And then, of course, all the Elevate people were like, we got to correct that.
No, don't fix it.
Jeez.
You don't know what you're doing.
For today, I was like, TNA.
She asked me, she's like, we have to ask her about TNA.
Yeah.
So that was an accident.
Total accident, but totally worth it because it was such a great story.
Yeah.
That's
love
funny.
That.
When are you guys going to start teaching combat?
We're not sure, honestly.
No, we have to stay clear, like, because of my mom.
Your mom. Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know.
There's Donald.
I hate being sketchy about things, but she's like my number one.
Yeah. Well, you gotta protect people.
Yeah.
You know,
and Alzheimer's and COVID would suck.
That,
yeah. So, yeah.
What's this photo?
We came home from Lewiston this year, and the neighbors across the street had set off a bunch of... I'm out there just sweeping up the whole street.
You have to clean.
I was so mad.
Yeah, I would have been
pissed. So mad. I almost
have to put all these pictures up.
Scooped them up and dumped them on their front step, and Donald goes, you don't know that it was them. Like, we've lived in this house
damn
for
sure.
6 years, and we've never had this. Yeah. I know it's them.
All right, nice. Sheesh. Sweet. Going back, okay, so 2000, you said 11 or 12, you started your weight loss journey?
The end of 2011.
Into 2011. And now currently, how many pounds are you down from 2011?
In 2011, my highest weight was 352. Mm-hmm. And today I was 246.
Oh,
242.6.
Woo!
So I have exceeded my 100 pounds. And that was my ultimate goal. Like, my ultimate goal was 252. Like that. I'm like, I'll be happy at that. And then it came and it went, and it was like, wow, I can't believe that.
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
So 2 questions before we get out of here. So you've been doing Code Red since January. Since January, have you had a big, like, defeating moment that, like, you had a big gain or you binged or anything like that?
The biggest defeating moment that I had was I was in the shower one morning and I was kind of like in my head praising myself for the weight loss. And I don't even remember what the number was. I think it was 80 pounds or something. And I just remember being so proud of myself, like, 80 pounds.
Yeah.
And like within a split second, it was like, and you still have 100 to go. Oh. And I mean, I immediately went, poof. Oh. And then I just really...
Why does our brain do that? That's so mean.
Really quickly, though, I recovered.
Good.
I mean, because I could have totally went like, I still have 100. Blah, throw my hands up in the air. But I just went...
I got this.
One day at a time.
Yeah.
One meal at a time. And one of the things that Christy says is, she says, don't borrow trouble. And
so don't look to the future.
Right. Think about it today. And that, I think that don't borrow trouble phrase comes from, like, a lot of people are like, oh, their first day on their challenge, what about if I get a lot of loose skin? And I think to myself, like, how much weight are you losing in a month? Because I didn't even think about loose skin.
Yeah.
But now I'm 90 pounds down, and I'm starting to see the effects of,
and
losing
that's something...
90. And Donald and I have had a conversation about what how far and what that looks like, and so here I am. I'm having this conversation with Vicky. Blah blah blah. She says, Tina, don't borrow trouble.
Oh, nice.
You're right.
Nice.
I'm not there yet. So why am I gonna? why am I going to
Start
borrow
worrying about the future shit that may or may not
what
happen.
if I do end up losing 189 pounds and I have a bunch of loose skin? Then I lost 189 pounds.
Yeah.
And you don't like my loose skin, I'm sorry. You know, I'll figure out, compression socks on my arms or Spanx for the rest of my life or whatever, whatever it looks like. And so it's kind of funny because this Code Red, it's very much like the nampafitstudio. When we were on our weight loss teams, we all turn to each other for support. And when we were down, like if I was down, somebody else was up and they lifted you up. And it's just this constant circle of like helping each other. And that's kind of what Code Red is. It's much bigger because there's thousands of people in it. But you get these little tidbits of aha moments, or, you get these little aha moments on social media that people share, or even people that some of the Elevate people that have decided to do Code Red because of, just my little tidbits that I've been sharing on mostly Instagram. I kind of keep my Facebook on the down low because it's more business nowadays. So I share more of my personal stuff on Instagram, but I have people reaching out to me asking me like, what do I do? Or how do you do this? Or how do you do that? And I'm all for it. Like, I want to help you. If you want to help yourself, I want to help you. If I can help you be better, because I can guarantee you there's going to be a day where I'm going to need help. And I sure hope that people are there for me when I need my help.
Right. Yeah.
Awesome. So. Now, what's your most successful moment since starting Code Red? Like your big, triumph?
Oh, my goodness.
Or is it daily?
No. I don't think it's daily. Yeah, because sometimes it's just the grind, right? You get up, you go to work.
Yeah.
Was it a certain weight or a certain number of pounds lost?
I'm going to say something that's probably going to be really crazy to both of you. I was driving in the car the other day. And the way I was sitting in my car was, I don't know, kind of like this, because my car kind of sits back. And I was driving and I happened to look down and I was like, I think I can stick a cup between my legs while I drive.
Nice.
Bravo!
I'm not going to try that because I'm driving, but I think I can.
No, I don't think that shit's irrelevant.
I can stick a cup between my thighs while I
can understand that.
Just things like that, And
it's stuff,
and it's things that I'm going to say normal people, I'm going to say normal weight people probably don't think about, because when you're,
I don't think so. Yeah.
When you're obese, and I wasn't even obese anymore, I was morbidly obese. Like I was going to the doctor for when I was going to all my treatments and stuff for my car accident. My reports all said morbidly obese. And I was like, I was okay with obese, I can handle that, but morbidly obese, good Lord.
You have to write it down.
When you've been over 300 pounds, your entire adult life, because I think I probably hit 300 at probably 23 or 24 years old. It just becomes your new normal, right?
Yeah.
You're like, this is just, or you're normal. Not even new normal. That's
just
like catchphrase
this is where
for
we're
that
at.
word. This is just who I was. I didn't walk. I didn't want to walk places because I knew it was going to hurt, or I couldn't go as fast or as far. And now I'm like looking at Kim Clark going, when can we go on a hike? Because I think I want to hike. And she's like, let's do it. And it's just, you just start doing things that you couldn't do before, or
you held yourself back from kind of
right.
That's not my thing.
Yeah. Well, but just, I think for the fear of embarrassment, the fear of, nobody wants to be the, I just walked in the car. And I've been there. I mean, that's been the case, just walking through the grocery store, breaking a sweat, and so, just a lot of little things, little things like that.
Though.
Things like, I can wear my wedding ring on my middle finger.
Nice.
It's crazy. Who thought?
Yeah.
I've always had these chubby hands. I had one friend always used to call my hands hooves.
Oh, God.
Because they were chubby hands. So she's like, get your hooves out of my face. And so I'm like, I hope that one day my hooves will be fingers.
Oh, my God.
And I can be like, here's your hooves.
You can take my hooves.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think it's just little things like that.
That's huge.
it's finding a shirt that you can no longer wear because you swim in it. Like today, I wore some pants that probably shouldn't have been worn because they were so freaking big on me that it was ridiculous. And I don't know, just little things. Buying elevate clothes.
Those are big things, though.
Or
I hope
Levi's,
you're recognizing those really are big. The little things are huge.
They really are. I think they're probably more meaningful than any of the.
I think so.
Of the numbers on the scale. I mean, just.
I remember when I was down to my driver's license weight, I posted on Facebook. I was like, I am finally the number that I've been lying about for years.
Well, I'm excited because before we go to Mexico, I've already decided I am going to update my driver's license and I am going to update my passport. Nice. And I'm going to put my real weight. Woo!
Nice.
I mean, I've always had my real weight. Hold on. I've always had my real weight on my driver's license because I'm like, I am never going to fly for 200 pounds. Like, I'm 300.
I was only concerned, like, if I was missing and in a ditch, they'd be looking for somebody that was 165.
So when I get my driver's license before we go to Mexico in December, I'm going to put my real weight on it.
Nice. Awesome. That's going to be amazing.
Well, they always say people have 3 weights. You have your actual weight, the weight you say you are, and your driver's license weight.
I've been honest on my driver's license for a long time, so I'm gonna actually update that though, because I don't want 300 on there anymore.
Oh, that's awesome! That's gonna feel amazing. Yes. I need to change that number.
You need to change anything? Oh yeah, my hair color and my weight.
Yeah. That's right. What?
I went back to red. I'm not blonde anymore.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you very much for coming on. It's been your first interview since the coronavirus, so we're excited about that. Yeah, it's not just me and you anymore doing ramblings.
Talking about nothing.
Yeah. Awesome.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And keep up the good
you
work.
Look awesome.
Thank you.
People always say, like, I'm proud of you and stuff, and I never say that because I feel like saying I'm proud of you means like I did something towards this, but I am super impressed with your it's huge. And like, I don't care what people weigh as long as they're happy and you seem happy. So I'm good.
First of all, thank you for having me. Like I said, this is on my bucket list. I was like, in my mind, how do I get on this podcast?
I love you.
All the cool kids are on the podcast. I got to be on the podcast. So I was super stoked when you said, I could come on. So thank you for having me. I'm so glad to see you. And I love following you guys on social media because you always have so much fun.
Yeah, definitely.
That is our goal.
To have fun.
Have fun. Life is short.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being here. I'm going to sign out.
I'm signing off.
I'm Chris Adams.
I'm Wendy Mosier. # get toasted.
Stay toasted.
Boom. Thank you, Tina.
Thank you.
TNA.
Awesome.